Old pirate, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minute after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. Will forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing this song of freedom? It's all we ever have. Redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. We have no fear for atomic energy, because none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our people? Why we stand beside and look? Some say it's just to fulfill the book. Now we have come here to fulfill this book. Won't you help to fight this fight of freedom? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you good night, depending on your time zone. And of course, Biafrans across the globe, that is who you are. It doesn't matter. In Nigerian, you have three major nations concocted as one Nigeria. The Oduduwa nation, the Arewa nation, and the Biafra nation. And by extension, I address the people of Biafra this very morning. I remain George ONYIBE, and of course, focusing on the real issue as it affects our people. I want us to briefly look at a message I titled, The Genuine Process to the Emancipation of Our People. First of all, I borrowed the song of Bob Marley this morning to remind you that we need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because nobody but ourselves can free us. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. No career freedom fighter can save you. No talent display or social media ranting will change anything. No blackmail, no political participation will change it. Nobody, not America, not India, not China, nobody, not even God, for God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. Bob Marley knew this truth. And so when we talk about the issue of emancipation of our people, there is a process. If you don't engage those genuine process, you have your generation wasted. And so this morning, I want us to pay attention to just three areas as regarding the emancipation of our people. We look at what we have been doing all this while, and then we pay attention to the genuine process, and then begin to reason properly on how to engage the next level. Just three angles. Let's look at where we are at the moment. If you follow my program in the past 2 years, let's say starting from 2020, because throughout 2019, I've been addressing Nnamdi Kanu codedly. I've been passing message to Nnamdi Kanu codedly, thinking he will apply his heart to reasoning. And so in 2019, he was on radio lying to Biafrans, telling you how Elohim told him Biafra will come. Many of you raised money and you gave to him. And he was everywhere, creating problem, destroying a legit process for our emancipation. Not all of you saw it. But have you learned? You have not learned. For 3 years now, we called out Nnamdi Kanu openly. I called out Nnamdi Kanu openly. He's a criminal. I have not even opened his chapter. He's going to come out one day and he's going to address me. And that is when you people will know how dirty and stinking that criminal is. But as of this moment, my job is done. I will ignore Nnamdi Kanu and then pay attention to the real issue. If you want to know the truth, you know. If you don't want to know the truth, it's left for you. But because of few misguided or criminal-minded brothers, will not make us to remain in one place. And so now the Kanu and his stout are going to come. They will come physically or spiritually. They will lay attack and I will respond to them. Because if you followed before this journey started, I warned Nnamdi Kanu. I say any name you call me, I will answer. Anything you do, I will retaliate. Now, they will go back and be attacking you. But believe me, I will attack them openly. I will revenge them. I will avenge them. I will attack them. Nnamdi Kanu is not invisible. Oh. I will touch the heart of that which he holds dear. Because he's just feeding on the blood of our people. It's 3 years now. All they are telling you now, he's in pain, he is sick. This is the man Biafrans around the world contributed money and gave to. This is the man most Biafrans around the world have sleepless night to support. This is the same man who set up Malaysia armed group to kill Igbo people. This is the same man who made P2B not to win election. This is the same man who sold us to politicians and said, don't jump politics, but he's the politician. Tofiakwa. I have passed his stage. At least all of you know he's not a god. All of you know he's not righteous. All of you can see the criminal that he is. Whatever you choose to do is left for you. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Today, he brought in another criminal, his protege, to replace him. And so in his absence, yesterday was the day Biafra supposed to come. But does our people have sense? In 2019, Eluhua told Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra must come. And Simeon Ekpa and some misguided believers, Christians or Arabatarian or Urubotarian, I don't know which one they belong to, or Abenokpa Besherine, high priest, I don't know. You have been fasting and praying, come down to Biafra. You are doing fundraising. Honestly, it baffles me. And you will come on my page and insult me. You will come on my page and talk to me anyhow, because you are an idiot. Because you want your lie to become true, because you don't have sense. If you're on social media, you are telling us, oh, Simeon Ekpa is now granting an interview. Don't you have sense? It's 3 years Simeon Ekpa have been doing this thing. All you people who succeeded in doing is to destroy the image of Biafra, which none of you even contributed to making. Millions died for this name. But how we live it is left for us. But then, why did we come out in the first place? It is all about the emancipation of our people. What is emancipation? It is being free from political restriction. Emancipation is being free from social restriction, being free from political restriction, economic restriction, and so on. It's just being free from certain policies or implementation that hinders your progress and weaken your ability to achieve the God-given potential that is lying down inside of you. That is what Biafra agitation is all about. That is what it should be all about. And each time we cry for resource control, it's all about emancipation. Each time you hear the Bill of Rights, it's all about removing certain restriction. Let me take it a bit. You have oil in your community. You're restricted from benefiting from it. You need to be emancipated. They are drilling oil in your community and damaging your source of water supply, damaging the ecosystem, damaging your land. You need emancipation. And then some said the political imbalance or injustice is not acceptable anymore because you are restricted. You need to be emancipated. The Constitution is old and imposed on us. And some say, pull down this Constitution, review this Constitution, amend this Constitution. You need emancipation. Another say, let us restructure Nigeria because it creates restriction. If you are from one of these minority ethnic groups in Nigeria, and you can sit back and think about Nigeria, I'm sure as Igbo man, I'm sure as Hausa man, I'm sure as a Yoruba man, if you have conscience, you will begin to understand that you will begin to understand that I don't expect you to understand. But Nigerian, if genuine and people of conscience run this nation, there will be no need for minority. There will be no need to create what you have today, because it all brought about restriction. Restriction which makes genuine individual, progressive-minded individual to seek for emancipation. That is why we came here. And to be able to get to this, or get this emancipation process genuinely initiated, there are things you need to do and consider. We're not the first to be here. But let me cite example from two countries. America, as you know today, were once under the colony of the British government, the same owner of the company called Nigeria. And so before 1775, men who saw the need why America must be emancipated came together. You have different countries like Massachusetts and the rest of them. 13 out of the current 50 states in America. Is it 50 or 51? 13 out of the current states you have that makes up America today. Only 13 stood up to the occasion. Not all of them. They pushed for America independence. And they succeeded. And so since 1775 till today, the number of nations or states that make up America has increased almost times 3. And that was because these 13 states, which time will not allow me to mention for you, came together. They had the genuine process initiated. 13 of them believed in themselves and were ready to tell themselves the truth. 13 of them understand the French principle that say one for all and all for one. And so if few men represented 13 of them, they were ready to die for all the populace, and all the people were ready to die for them. They pushed America, not because they had superior war weapon. They pushed London, UK, Britain, not because of the availability of a superior weapon, not because of the international connection they have, Not because they were having the backup of the invisible God being visible. No, because genuine process were initiated. So the America you see today, made up about 50 states, is the handwork of only 13. But you will not know, but history will tell you all this. This 13th state initiated the right process to the extent that they even wrote down the Declaration of Independence. And so if you want to join, it's not an issue. You see what you need to know. You see all the in and out of what you're getting involved. That was why it was easy for other people to come up. The process has to genuinely initiated. I think this is where we are having issue now. And then let us go to the United Emirates, Dubai to be precise. Everybody now is running to Dubai. Look at an empire of desert. Everybody now want to be there. Look at one of your presidential candidates, Atiku. He's a Dubai citizen. All his investment is Dubai. Dubai, 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 Dubai. Dubai is not relenting. America is on his heels. Because the level of development coming from Dubai, in the next 20 years, if care is not taken, Dubai will be the tourist destination of the world. But this was an empire formed on desert. How many countries that makes up Dubai today? I think about 10 countries that makes up Dubai. And if I'm not mistaken, only 6 states agreed to form the United Emirates as you know today. Not all of them agreed. But then, there were documented genuine process. Like I said in the case of America, there were men and women who are ready to die for all the people, and all the people were willing to die for all the people. And so it was not difficult for them coming to write down articles, coming to put down structures, coming to put guidelines on how to get to their destination. I know in the nearest future, many countries will join the United Emirates. I could tell you about Japan. I could tell you about China. I could tell you about Malaysia, Indonesia. I could tell you about India. How they were able to put resources together, strategically push for a complete emancipation of their people. Putting an end to political restriction, economic restriction, social restriction, legal restriction, among others. It is not by talent display on social media. It is not by all this blackmail and lying. No. There are things that need to be considered. And they are number one. You must view the process genuinely. You must focus on what you want. Not money, not fame, because your money is useless. Because your fame will die. Your personal interest will perish. So focus on what you want. What do we really want? Do we want Igbo presidency? Do we want the Bill of Rights? Do we want restructure? Do we want constitutional amendment? Do we want a better life for the next generation? What do you want? And if you follow the Biafra agitation for a very long time, and every other agitation that has come before now, you will see it's obvious we are not very serious of what we want. Because little pressure will give way. I still remind you how Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar was able to make Nnamdi Kanu to truncate the true process and criminalize everything. It's what I cannot understand. And some of you who are P2B fan, you're going to tell, I don't say rubbish. My brother, I don't get out already. And you are enjoying that rubbish already. Today, look at the political restriction. You cannot see anything. I was listening to some gang of, let's say they are illiterates, a cross-section of our people, analyzing the election and why they couldn't come out and even make noise or talk about P2B. They were disappointed. I was listening to them. These people are not educated, though. They are locals. And one of them started by saying, by the time Labour Party started calling results, when INEC have not called results, I knew something was going to be wrong. And that caught my attention. And I stood by them, around them, and started listening to intelligent conversation coming from people who didn't go to school. I need you to get it. He said, by the time Labour Party's Otimpu, like Nnamdi Otimpu, started calling results, when INEC have not called the results, I knew P2B is in trouble. So in your next plan or coup, use your brain. INEC have not said anything. It was everywhere on the social media. Oh, P2B win Oka. Oh, P2B win Enugu. Oh, P2B win Alugongo. Oh, P2B win Kaduna. Hey, win Tinubu. Who told you? The first fraud in that election is when they tell you that P2B win Lagos. P2B win Lagos. The very Lagos where, despite the population of Igbos in Lagos, all the Yoruba in Ogun, in fact their whole hate states, will come and make sure it doesn't happen. You know, but they just throw corn for you, you catch it. Go to court. By the time Tinubu will tell you you rig him in Lagos, it will shock you. It's like INEC telling you that Tinubu want P2B in Anambra. Ejabu kimofu nyanyampi amare. Ejabu kimofu nyanyampi amare. But you were driven by your hopelessness. You're not paying attention to the real issue. So you were calling results. P2B win here, P2B win here. I was watching. And then all of a sudden, the Nation newspaper, I think they say it belonged to Tinubu, that one start attacking, discrediting the activity of Labour Party. I say, yes, the media war has started. But why am I bringing all these things up? If we want to emancipate ourselves, you must tell the people the truth. All these things will not help us. Under normal circumstances, if we are not socially, legally, or politically restricted, economically restricted in Nigeria, nobody will be talking about Biafra. If Ogoni land was cleaned and the people have good drinking water, nobody will be talking about Bill of Rights. If those who have oil in Nigeria have oil and benefit from the oil in their land, nobody will be talking about resource control. If Nigeria was actually created on a platform of justice, fairness, and equity, nobody will even know who is Yoruba or who is Hausa. But as far as these ills exist, agitation will continue. I have tried to look for a way to assume all these things didn't happen, and then let's pretend everything is well. But each time I am confronted with the reality, it cannot be well inside the well. So when you say it's well by faith, my brother, it's not well. A lot of things are wrong. These people who stood to fight for America, you think Britain did not give them political offer or made them political offer? Promise them a better life? They were not heroes and great men and women heroines. No, most of them were ordinary men. Go and look at the history of George Washington. Go and look at the biography of Abraham Lincoln. Go and look at all the leaders of America who brought America to where it is today. And then go and look at the character of those who formed the United Emirates. They never include their personal interest in the formation. What they wanted is what they put in. And so if you want to emancipate our people, it is what you want is what you put in. In the Biafra agitation, what have we put in? Political wuru-wuru, introduction of unknown gunmen, blackmail and character assassination, family business, and what else again? Yahoo Yahoo. This is all you will get. Where is the integrity of the Biafra nation? Where is it? Now the Kano family run the show. They own the money. They own source even when we don't exist. It's all about money. It's all about blackmail. It's all about insulting. It's all about collecting money from politicians and deceiving yourself. All of you who collect money from P2B, let's hit Nigeria. Have you seen Nigeria is not what you think? Have you learned, or you are still a mugu? Because some of you are trying to encourage yourself. We must be obedient, we must be strong, we must be this. You cannot see that what is supposed to hold you is broken already. How many governor in the southeast voted for P2B or supported P2B openly? How many governor in the south voted for P2B or support P2B openly? How many governors in the middle belt supported P2B openly? How many in the north that supported P2B openly? I give it to Edo people, and I hope Igbo people will have to love Edo people powerfully this time. My brother, wounded civilian, you have not told us how Nigeria was able to arrange a wonderful election, or you believe Tinubu won P2B? Then my brother Oraka is telling you, burn INEC. And then later I say, no, don't burn INEC again. Who is deceiving who here? Are you people, what are you people looking for? What are you looking for? The people who fought for the emancipation of America were not after all this shenanigan. They are not after all this criminality. The genuine process is what they focused on. The nation, the desire is what they built in their heart already. And this is what their actions demonstrated from beginning to the end. And tell me why God will not support people like that. And so the genuine process must be initiated. Number one, like I said, it must be, you must give birth to what you wish. Number two, you need to work on the people. Invest on the people. Do you know that the greatest war front that brought Britain to her knee during the time where America fought for independence were a gang of train workers? Most of them are train conductors. When America was almost broke down in that revolution, these ignorant people, these people you think they don't contribute anything, they disconnected the train railway. And then the ammunition being shipped by Great Britain into New England in America was truncated on the way. With this ammunition, you know what will happen. And when the Americans beat Britain in every of his strategy, what do you expect? Ordinary election, they beat you. You want them to give you Biafra. Ordinary building a unit process that will make you form one impenetrable unit. You betray all of them. That is why each time the Kano come already, I say, this one is a thief, this one is a saboteur, this one is a... And all of you are clapping for him. Destroying your ally. You can't see he's working for the enemy. I ask all of you in IPOB. I'm not talking inwardly, because many governors in the southeast support Nnamdi Kanu inside their bedroom, under their wife wrapper, according to Nnamdi Kanu. But openly, they can't. Which is wisdom, I understand. But among all of them, how many of them supported, those of you who are IPOB members, supported Nnamdi Kanu? Up to what is his name? Onyesomuike. When I mean support, each time we protested, he did not allow them to mesmerize us, except when it is Nnamdi Kanu that betrayed the whole process. But when Nnamdi Kanu begin to lie, oh, they kill Igbo people. Igbo people are being killed in Obigbo. It look like the Igbo people. Who is this Igbo people? Because the last time I checked, 90% of everybody, both indigenous and non-indigenous of Obigbo, are all Undi Igbo. So who are they killing? The Igbo that come from Enugu, is there different with the Igbo that is from Obigbo? Because we are not reasoning, we are not putting perspective in place. Oh, they are killing Igbos in Obigbo. Wike is killing Igbo. In Obigbo, you have three main Igbo tribes there. You have the Asa, extraction of Abia State. You have the Ndoke, extraction of Abia State. And you have the, what do you call him? I always call him one man village. Extraction of Apara. The first son of Apara, the father of Obio and Akbo, the 7 sons of Apara kingdom. Begin to hear Rumola, Rumibu, Rumokuta, Rumodara, and Mbuoba, Choba, and the rest of them. Elele Iliebe. So when you say who is the Wike killing? Because Nnamdi Kanu want to hide this atrocity. You killed your people, you roasted them, just like what unknown gunmen is doing. He started it in Obigbo. Wike disassociate himself from it, because that is not what we came for. They send IPOB coordinator to go and kill Wike father. The coordinator is still in Port Harcourt maximum prison till today. Wike is not talking about it. Wike father went to the Catholic church where he worshiped around CSC in Port Harcourt. There's a Catholic church there under that flyover. This IPOB coordinator around Borokiri Aziz, who happened to be an Igbo man with some other Mugu, misguided fella, took local bomb and planted in the vehicle of Wike father. And what happened? When the man closed from church and was getting to the vehicle, as some because those people are not criminal, but they think, let's give us war, give us war. Rubbish. They decimated the bomb. And those areas was shut down immediately. And they were apprehended. The boy is still languishing in prison. They don't tell you about that. So each time they say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu discharged and acquitted. The people Nigerians have heard with evidence that we destroy Nnamdi Kanu. All of them are cooling down. They are just looking at Nnamdi Kanu. That is why those of you deceiving Peter, go to court, go to court. When they will open P2B father chapter, even his father's crime, P2B will not come out from jail. Let's pay attention on what we are looking for. George Washington would have been discredited from being able to fight for America. Abraham Lincoln and Roosevelt and the rest of them would not have had that platform. If it were the agenda, this should be the people's agenda, the people's mandate. You sit down and let God do his thing. Why am I bringing it up? You invest in the people. And then, not being able to kill Wike, he came on radio and placed ransom on Wike's head. You Igbo people did not call him. You didn't caution him. Of course, they did anyway. Because I was able to meet with some of your governors who lamented that this boy refused to listen. Yes, you heard me right. I was able to meet with some of your governors in the southeast regarding the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. And all of them said they are tired. They don't know what is wrong with the guy. He's on drug. And so today, how will Wike win? Okowa is my brother. extension is, my village is behind his village. We are all Abo people. We are all Eka people. We are all Owa people. In fact, by extension, we are in the same local government. Whatever decision he takes, I'm not in support of him. But when we confront him with certain issue, you see, once bitten, twice shy. I cannot come out and tell you, Ukowa is this, Ukowa betraying Igbo, because Ukowa know he is Igbo more than you. And Ukowa know why he should even go and fight for his brother. But does his brother know that they are brother? Investing on the people. Investing on the people is not, nobody plays God in this era. Nobody plays God, and nobody is going to set the next generation. You know, get them. You come out, you play God, you project somebody, you think who, when we know that when that your crime succeed, it's going to destroy more of everything we have built for or we represent. If you like, get sense. You don't like, the only thing you can do is sort me. The real people who this message are meant for, they are listening. Invest on the people. For almost 45 years, Israel was out of the map. Many years, wiped out of the map. And they were scattered abroad. They needed to come back. They started mobilizing themselves. The Rockefellers family and the rest of them. They picked people who know what to do and how to do it. The first strategy they did was empowerment. How did they empower the people? They went to the land of Palestine. Let us say a particular plot of land, right there in Tel Aviv. They built a company there. And this company, they employed both the Palestinian and both the Jewish. And that gave them access to come into Tel Aviv, to come into Israel, to come into Palestinian, as the case may be, unchecked and unsuspected. They were not coming to drag land. They were not coming to be politically relevant. They were coming to build the system. What are they going to build the system for? The Jewish people would have been completely destroyed without religion. And so they may be Jewish, Christian, they may be Christians, they may be Jewish Muslim, they may be Jewish traditionalists, they may be Jewish Hindus, and this, they don't discriminate. But all of them are connected to their Jewish way of worship. That was an issue to solve. Because the Jewish in Arab have become Jewish Arab. The Jewish in America are now Jewish America. The Jewish in China are now Jewish Chinese. The Jewish in India, even the Jewish in Abo are Abo Jewish. And so when the nation comes up, it's confusion. But you see, the target was simple. Never again, you will not kill our people. Never again. Go and kill one Israel person. So that you know they are serious in their resolve. And then you have a useless Nnamdi Kanu killing Igbo people. An idiot are coming to clap for him. Never again. They will reclaim their homeland. And they are there. I'm telling you, genuine process of emancipation. Empowering the people, number 2. So they resolved that problem. Today in Israel, they are not against you as a Christian. And I hope you know majority of Jewish people, Jesus Christ's brother, supposedly, are not Christian. But I give it to people like Derek Prince. who is one of the greatest Christian authors to ever walk on this earth. He's an Israel man. They're not interested if you are Muslim, but they have a religious code. That was why when we were in IPOB, we made Nnamdi Kanu to understand we need a religious code. Anybody can be what they want to be, but there should be a code that we tie our faith on it, but we have different way of worship. Because you have Biafran Muslims, you have Biafran Christian, Biafran traditionalists, Biafran Arabatarian and Urubotarian. Nobody should be higher than anybody. One of Tinubu's problem is Muslim ticket. If Nigerians have a religious code agreed by the people, that will not be an issue to the people of Nigeria. But then Nigerians want to impose Islamic religious code on all of us without building capacity to manage it. It won't work. My brother, as I am, I'm not against Islam. But it's like everything in me does not support Islam. And I don't condemn them because I admire most of them. And I wish they can make me see what makes them to be genuine in most of the things they do. I know the problem you have in Christianity, you have in Islam. The way you have denomination in Christianity, you have denomination in Islam. Worst self, go and ask Buhari and his Shiite brothers. As Sasaki group of you will understand. I am not a native doctor. I'm not a Ogommo. But I am Ujofo, if you can be able to place it. But I can't come out now and put native chalk in my eye. Say you call me Dibia. No. These are things to build. They build this capacity. Number one. So it doesn't matter whether you are Jewish America. It doesn't matter whether you are Muslim America or pagan, pagan Jewish or a Jews. Is a Jews. And then they moved on to empower them. They built a company. Some of them may be keke riders. Some of them may be wheelbarrow pushers. Some of them may be cleaner. And over time, they were able to draw the map of Israel. They were able to have surveillance everywhere. Today, everywhere in your village, Hausa is riding Okada. You think it is the love they have for you or they are jobless. They have enough desert land they can convert to agricultural heaven with the formation of technology and introduction of irrigation farming system. So those who bought those Okada and be given to them can create that heaven for them. But now they know all your creek. Now they know all your village. Now they know everything about you, know your backyard. In fact, all our young people have run away. They are the one escorting your mother to the village. And I'm sure most of them have pregnanted all your sisters without husband. You are there shouting, disgracing yourself. The very fabric foundation of our existence is destroyed. You can't protect your people. We are coming to talk rubbish in a state where you are legally, politically, economically, socially restricted. It's well. So they empowered the people. And when it was time for them to make a move, it was easy and successful. It was easy and successful. The world will say, wow, how did they get here? They were saying that about Biafra agitation before Nnamdi Kanu criminalized the process. There were need for unification. We engaged those processes. And you see some people then will call on Radio Biafra, say, my brother, I'm from Nembe, this thing you said is truth. Oh, my brother, I'm from Idoma, this thing you said is true. Oh, my brother, I'm a Gala, this thing you said is true. Oh, I'm Ogoni, everybody. Today, what do you hear? And let us leave for that tribe, let's move. My brother, a tree cannot make forest. You are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. Emancipation of the ancient Biafra are not going anywhere. Emancipation of the Igbo people, you are not going anywhere. Emancipation of Niger Delta, you are not going anywhere. Don't you see how your intestine is connected? The liver can tell the intestine, go your own way, let me go my own way. After all, you are intestine and the liver. But everything going through the intestine and the stomach is useless except it is processed by the liver and the kidney. And then after the liver and the kidney has finished their processing, they convert it into the fuel which generates a sustainable or renewable energy for the body. It is the heart now how to circulate it. You can imagine the heart telling the stomach, I don't swallow akpu, don't near me in my own chamber, nothing like akpu, no gare. We deal with pure blood. How did that blood come? That is how they say it in my place. So in Biafra territory, if you like, be the heart. If you like, be the liver. If you like, be the kidney. If you like, be the intestine. My brother, it is your coming together that perfects your function and give genuine result of what you are doing. But by the time you say you are on your own, you will see how useless the body will be without the bone. I'm sure most of you have not seen your bone. So this is a process you must gauge. But you were there, you watching now, they cannot destroy them. If you were sincere, the Eastern Security Network that have turned terrorists now would not have been Eastern Security. But it was convenient for you to hide sin. The sin that has not hidden or that cannot be hidden. You destroy that process. We look at empowerment. Do you know, since now they cannot turn to a criminal, that more than 50% of Igbo youth, the ones that are not being killed by unknown gunmen, are no longer working. Many of them are still in the bush. Others has destroyed their source of livelihood. They don't see any need why they should hustle, why they should work hard anymore. They believe Biafra is going to come. Most especially when Simeon Ekpan and the Kano recruit of changing narrative have told them that Biafra is coming yesterday, he didn't come, or maybe another countdown will start. And now they are waiting for Biafra. My brother, with what is on ground, if we don't do anything to remedy the situation, even in 1 million years, Biafra is not coming. There are a lot of issues to be addressed. And believe me, this is not the place to begin to say, we will do like this, we will do like that, we will do like... No. A musician sang a song and say, for your information, you cannot rule a people without the consent of the people. What we are supposed to be doing now is empowering our people, giving them opportunities. When last did you think of scholarship? When last did you think of empowering people? All this morning, the Kano family, all the shareholders in Biafra Restoration Project are trying to share and hide. They will soon tell you German have seized their account. All this morning. Imagine if they invested it on people. You don't need gun anymore to get Biafra, because the gun will be there already. Empowering the people. Adolf Hitler said when he was interviewed, how were you able to make everybody to fight in your defense, even though you were viewed as a tyranny? He said, show a soldier that you can die for them. They will die defending you. You may not understand what he means. You live for them. In turn, they live for you. You empower these people. You make them see reason, believe, understand, and know that everything they are doing, they're actually doing it. You are actually doing it for them. And then they will never let you down. But you see, the moment they suspect you are not genuine, they lose their will and their strength to fight. I remember the case of Vietnam, a community of rice farmers. I don't know what America is looking for. They jump into Vietnam to create world power. But I'm sure America is not going to tell you that story in a hurry. Since their encounter with a community of rice farmers known as Vietnam, America is not in a hurry to go and fight anybody again. No. Because Vietnam may not be technologically advanced then. They may not be even known. Just like one community you can wipe out and so on. But the people were empowered. They lived underwater for days, hiding from the American soldier. Some of them begin to dig hole like rabbits to hide on the ground. But just a local scientist empowered them. He made the widow's maker, a gun with the capacity to release 47 bullets per second, or is it per minute? And that is your AK-47 today. It was first made by Vietnam, in American Vietnam War. That was when it was introduced. The real first name was Widow's Maker. And America know what I'm talking about. Empowerment. From that day, war front can never remain the same again. And of course, there are a lot of deadly weapons you have not even thought about. So which empowerment do we have? Kai people, ONYIBE, you carry AK-47, another person produce. You don't even know where to get bullet when you finish bullet. Is that the empowerment you're talking about? Ordinary 1 month, Nigeria sees our money. We have entered the Harold Wilson syndrome. Kwashiorkor have started already. They didn't seize it completely. They just see small money. Look at all of us have learned. You know what is empowerment? And now those of you in the city, call village. I'm sure 90% of our people in the village have not been able to save their money. But they are not stressed up as much as those of you in the city are stressed up. Because they don't have POS before. It's not part of their life. In fact, I called somebody from the village. I said, how are you people surviving? He said they move back to the farm stuff. And what if they don't have farm stuff? Empowerment. It's not just making somebody to have money to feed. My father told me, teaching your child to be successful is very important. But the most important one is to teach them how to manage failure in the absence of success. Because when you are a successful man, you are not taught how to manage failure in the absence of success, you will commit suicide. So while you are teaching your children how they must be successful in life, please stop once in a while and teach them, my son, in case tomorrow things didn't work well, it didn't work as planned, stand your ground. The dark weather will pass. You will rise again. So that when that time comes, they will not commit suicide. Because no pain, no gain. That is empowerment. Are we doing it now? And so, to bring this broadcast to an end, I'm not calling you that let's come and destroy Nigeria. I'm not calling you let's come and kill anybody. I'm not calling you this one is evil or that one is evil. I'm just trying to make you understand that the emancipation of our people begins the moment the genuine process is introduced. And I have said, let us stop lying to our people. With that, no room for emancipation. And I have said, to be able to do this, you must empower the people. You cannot lead a dog to go and fight tigers. The genuine process must be initiated. Stop listening to lies. It's not all of us that will do this thing, but few that will do them must be genuine. And then with time, when they see you are serious, everybody will come out. Imagine if Nnamdi Kanu didn't sell us. Imagine if Nnamdi Kanu didn't sell us. Other tribes will be coming from behind. Now let me tell you what happened. When Nnamdi Kanu started his atrocity, I went home. I gathered all our leaders who are aware of all the process. I told them this is what is happening. We had a meeting that day that lasted almost more than 14 or 18 hours. We started around 2 in the afternoon. It ended the next day. Because everybody wanted to see what they have in mind. And in the end of that meeting, one of them, I will not call his name, said, put Uche Mefo on call. And they greeted Uche Mefo and said, we heard what is going on, but you have to be strong. We know the truth. This is because they believe me. This is because they know what I'm saying is the truth. And do you know the end result? Nnamdi Kanu Biafra will not even get to Opiweka. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. He cannot, because he's a criminal. And this is where I have problem with most of you. You say, oh, because they expel you, you don't see how I function. Can Nnamdi Kanu expel me? He can't do that. He uses people as a shield. But these were the same people who were asking, how do you see the struggle? I said, that man is a different man. Oh. That man is sincere man. Because we thought he's sincere. I start having open problem with Nnamdi Kanu when I asked Nnamdi Kanu, this decision, this agreement you made with P2B and Atiku, sealed, delivered and documented, Nnamdi Kanu, have you considered how it will affect our people? That is the money I stole. That is the money I collect from Oji Zokalo, transmitter money. That is how I become armed robber. Thunder fire you with Nnamdi Kanu Biafra. But then, are we going to pretend that we are not economically restricted, legally restricted, socially restricted, politically restricted? Are we going to pretend? South Africa was once there. Finally, they are no longer politically restricted, but economically, they are restricted, and they are not relenting. It's not over until it's all over. In the coming days, I will see how I can be able to address our people, appeal to their conscience, so that our people can start coming out. All we want is emancipation. All we want is simply remove every restriction. If Nigeria is our country, remove all these restrictions. Imagine we bring out, for instance, let's Nigerians say they have 250 ethnic groups. But I know they are more than. But let's go by that. Nigerians bring out 250 youth from these tribes, from these ethnic groups, the best of the best among their people, and say, let these 250 best of the best from their people, and then they bring out another 250 first class mugu, and then they bring out another 250 criminals, and then they bring out another 250 holy men, and tell them to go and rule the country. Set up a cabinet with them. You will understand what is check and balance in economics. You will understand why God allow angel and Satan to still be in heaven. I will leave it at that. Let us understand that this process of emancipation, nobody can free us. We are the only one that can free ourselves. While you are planning to take Nigerian to court and remove Tinubu, we are watching you. I told you I will not say anything. Let me be looking at you. Some of you would have been saying, oh, you campaign against P2B, you campaign against P2B. How will I campaign against P2B when I know P2B will end up collecting his own money? Nigeria will settle him. Why will I campaign against him when I know he's not even going anywhere? He knows the truth. He knows. It's like me knowing that Nnamdi Kanu had betrayed us. His family is preparing their document to go to Canada. To go to Canada, asylum. Bright Chimezie, their children, all of them are in Canada. They are Canadian citizens. And they are telling me to destroy Nigeria, which they want to run out of. So how will I take my children to Canada? And I'm telling you, you are here in Nigeria. You are destroying everywhere. And these people are in Canada. Use phone, they tell you what to destroy. And they mugu you. Now you don't know the genuine people anymore. They know the consequence of what they are doing. They continue to do it. And that is why the Igbo people who didn't go and fight or do anything, I thank you, because I think you are wise. It shows that Igbos are getting sense gradually. Because before, most of you, Nnamdi Kanu would have given, of course he has collected money. He's unknown government. We don't go grill, but you say you don't want election. So which one you want grill? Nobody can save us. Only we can save ourselves. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. I sign off from here. We'll continue. Goodbye for now.